Hey guys, Carlos Perez. Today is Thursday, June 23rd. Get a drink of water. And I had tweaked the settings on my trading in order to scale back from that $5,800 day we had the other day. And in doing so, today's profit we hit 1900. Now we hit 1900, which is basically where we want to be if we're going to do the challenge. We want to try to get the challenge on a $200,000 account, done during that 10-day period. That way we can do part two of the challenge in another 10-day period, and thus be heading into a month of real trading with real capital. So today I did something that I typically don't do. When I got up to stop all my trading, I actually let some open trades continue. Now, typically I don't do that, but even though I decreased my lot size, I did not, I did not, I did not decrease my max lot size. So by not decreasing my max lot size, I was kind of overexposed. So I kind of wanted to let my exposure go down some. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So even though my overall max daily loss is 600, as you can see where my Melly Dex max loss would be 5,000, and that explains that. The video explains that. And again, max loss here again. My average loss overall was like 30 bucks, average profit $41. So you see 1934 profit. I had 35 lots, so basically half the lot size from here by cutting my opening lot in half. Versus the day before, it was 5,800. So I was really consistent with my settings when I was over here. These were like the consistent ones that we really want to do for everybody else that's going to be trading with us. We want you to get a consistent 3 to 500. So we're going to really get those settings right so that nobody has to really second guess. And these are going to be our default settings for trading. And it's basically because we're trading in like ranging markets, consolidating markets, where it's not a trend. There's other people out there that, do trend trading. And I mean, that's good. We're more, ranging, consolidating. So, it's when it's, no, just basically staying and playing within that range. And that's where you're going to find a lot of activity. Basically like now during recessions, that's where you just find the activity. Let me get a sip of water. Now, in doing so, you know, there's a lot of activity that you can get there. And if you keep your lot sizes small, you know, you you won't have a lot of exposure. You won't have a lot of risk. If you remember when we were trading the smaller lots, you know, and averaging the $300 a day, our exposure was on average, 14, $12. Our exposure went up. So by cutting our our starting lot size, our fixed lot, so by cutting that in half from the day we did the, almost 6,000, but not cutting our max lot size, our exposure was still high. So you'll see here, when I closed out these trades, I closed them out at $131 loss, a $244 loss, a $216 loss, 222, and 234. So those seem like some humongous loss until you get into the wins, which 188.43, another loss for $11, 129, 127.91. Then the wins for 798, 128, 387, 45, 18, 88, 20, 86, 46. Next page. 45. then a 90 loss, a 113, a 40, then a 41, a 227, 585, 45, 50, 43, 17, 87, 46, 45, a loss for 18, a 42, a 164, 185, a $7 loss, $51 win, and we're still going on the 23rd. And it's $61, 45, 45. So those were all the wins. Versus when we had, the large starting in the large max, our drawdowns were really, really, small in comparison, as you see here. So I say that to say that, you're constantly going to be tuning, fine, fine tuning everything so that you're basically, going to maximize minimize your exposure. So you don't want to have a lot of risk, especially if you're doing the prop firm challenges. You want to minimize your risk as much as possible. But you see, like I said, we're profitable, even though we had our loss, versus our profitability were very minimal. And today our settings, instead of having them in beast mode, like this was right here, this was our beast mode setting. We're going back to just, you know, manly mode, not beast mode. So we're going into like a nice manly mode, and we're going to cut our max lot size so that we don't have, this much exposure again. So tomorrow we'll record that. You'll see. I believe we're just going to go with the FTMO challenge since we're already set up on the server. So Monday, we'll start this challenge. We'll do the $200,000 challenge. Sign up with them. We have, 30 days to make 10%. So it'll be 30 days to make 200,000. Minimum you can do that in is 10 days. So we'll try to do it within the 10-day period. Then we'll do phase 2 in 10 days. We'll pass that. We'll get our certification. We'll fund our account. And then we'll just, comfortably do, 5 to 10%. 5 to 10% is anywhere from 10 to 20,000, minus, the prop firm's 20% that they take. So on 10,000, they take 2. On 20,000, they would take 4. And that will still leave a good spread, that we can start building up our account that we can, put into another account that we can just, trade. And with that trading, we can basically keep it in beast mode if we wanted to, because we don't have any drawdown restrictions or anything. I mean, that's more for gambling, and we're not gambling here. So we would not do that. But if you had, 20, 30, $40,000 in your personal account after, you know, doing everything, your personal profit, and it wasn't money that you needed for anything, like money you could afford, yes, if you wanted to do beast mode, you could. I don't recommend it. I would never recommend it. And if people that are with us that are going to be doing our training, using our EA, getting advice from us, I would not recommend it. And if that's what you want to do, like I would recommend that you really, perhaps not really follow us because, like I said, again, we're trying to help you build something substantial so that you can take care of your parents, your grandparents, your loved ones, without risking anything. You know, again, we're trying to provide an alternative for you, something that you can, make 10, 20, $30,000 a month so you can take care of those in your inner circle. You know, the alternative to that is, get a job, work hard, make, 20, 30,000, 40,000 a year. And with the rising costs of healthcare and senior care and just being able to, afford to, take care of your grandparents or your parents. It's costly. The solution I'm trying to provide is enough, for you to afford a nice home if you lease it or purchase it. And, you know, convert that home perhaps into a senior facility. So now you have a nice 4 bedroom house. You converted the home to a senior facility. So you have the senior, rails, the senior ramp, the beds, everything in there. You have, full-time staff to care for them. You can actually put your grandparents or parents there. You can bring in other people so that the price for caring for other people can offset your costs so that, you know, you know, your parents or your grandparents can be there, at no cost to you because other people's parents or grandparents, they're covering the cost. And that's what it's all about. It's about making sure that your parents, grandparents, or whomever are able to live with dignity. They're able to have a a life that's still comfortable and it's still meaningful. I've seen some of these senior care facilities and how awful they are and how people just basically lose their will to live. And I want to provide an option, a real viable option through trading for you to be able to do that kind of stuff. I mean, realistically, you know, I'm down in Muncie right now. You can buy a 4 bedroom, 4 bath house out here for under $200,000. So your payments would be like, let's say 1,200 bucks a month. 1,200 bucks a month. You have, a staff that cares for them, a nighttime, nurse that watches over, but, like 2 8-hour shifts during the day. You're looking at maybe salaries of like, 4,000, 5,000. So you're looking at like $6,500, for a facility that can care for 4 people. If you just put one person in the room and you want it exclusive like that, you don't want to put 2 people in a room unless it's a couple and the rooms are nice size. They may want that friendship. They may want to be able to watch TV together and do things. In a case like that, then yes, 2 people to a room or a private room, however. And if you decide that you take on other members, there's licensing and things that you go through, but like I said, it's not difficult. So in having that facility, you know, at $3,000 a bed or $2,000 a bed, if you're trying to just make it affordable for people, just filling 3 beds if you had 2 beds in a room or, 2 bedrooms, that would cover the costs and expenses and allow you to basically have your grandparents or parents there free. Or even if you just, flip the bill, 10% on a $200,000 account, you can do that. You can spend $6,500, out of your $20,000 a month profits and still be able to take care of your home, your car, your family potentially in the near future. So this is just nothing more than a vehicle, but once we have it fine tuned so that, you're not incurring a lot of losses and scary losses at that. I never want no one to, to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and look and see, multiple 200, 300, dollar losses adding up, to two, $3,000. Now, that's kind of scary. It can freak you out. When I woke up and it was like, $2,200 down, I kind of waited out till it was, down to like 800. Then I just cashed out everything because, that was manageable. But the average person would freak out seeing that. So it was just one of those things where you're just patiently, kind of waiting. That because of the way that you're trading, because you're doing the ranging and consolidating markets, that it's going to bounce back. It's not trending. And I was basically, just making a decision before New York opened. New York is when it gets sporadic, and it could have, wiped out $9,000 easily during New York. So, I'm just basically here again reminding you that this is just an option to help you, prepare for the future and what's to come with, your loved ones and those around you. So, guys, Monday, I'll be taking the challenge. We're going to do the $200,000 challenge. So, this again, we'll be paying the $1,200, doing the challenge, getting the $200,000 in our account um, within 30 days, trading on that for our 5 to 10%. And we'll just, like I said, keep you posted. We have our other account that we're doing the $200,000 challenge. We already passed phase one. We're just doing our daily trades on that, for 10 days so we can go to phase two. So we're basically having, two accounts going, two $200,000 accounts that we're just, going to do, 10% on. So we'll have a great income. It'll be verifiable. We'll show you. And we just want you to have another option. And if you decide that this is not the option for you, I can respect that. Some people are just born to be worker bees. And without worker bees, we wouldn't have, society the way we have it. I mean, could you imagine walking into a McDonald's and nobody was there to help you? I mean, going to the car wash and no one's there to wash your car. It would be different, let's say. So we need all kinds of people in this world. I'm just looking for the ones that want an opportunity, to safely, you know, make money without having to invest a lot of time into it. And the money they make is going to be for the betterment of their inner circle, their family, their loved ones. I'm Carlos Perez. If you need anything, guys, reach out to me by text, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions or give any advice that you may need. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.